Yeah, so good morning. Today, what we're going to start with the DevOps kickoff. So DevOps kickoff is when this is the very first session on the DevOps tools and technologies. So we are going to talk about that. And today, what we are going to learn about the how we can have a virtualizations and all. So we are going to first learn with the today. First tool will be like a VirtualBox, Oracle, and Vagrant. Okay, so using these two tools, what we are going to achieve is a virtualizations. So virtualizations are basically a technique of importing a guest operating system on top of host operating system. Okay, it means what, like in your laptop you are going to have another operating system which is running as a guest operating system, not on like a host operating. So your laptop is a basically which in your laptop, whatever the operating system is there, right? Mac or Windows or Linux, Ubuntu, desktop version of 18 and all, that is basically a host operating system. And on top of that, using the some virtualization tools, what we are going to do, like we can spin up a new server, and which can be a CentOS or maybe the Fedora or any other like RHL or any Windows servers. So that we create a one importing a one guest operating system on top of your host operating system. That technique is called as a virtualizations. Okay, and you can have a multiple operating system can run on the same machines. It means what, in your host machines in your laptop you can have a multiple, means you can run CentOS parallelly with the Ubuntu as well as the Windows. So you can have three different operating system running on your MacBook operating system, means your host operating. So you can run multiple operating systems in the same machines. Maintenance and recovery were very easy. Okay, in case of failure conditions, and total cost of the ownership was also less due to the reduced need of the infrastructure. So you don't need any infrastructure for having a different kind of operating system and all. And what is the purpose of that we are going to do? Because as we are going to learn the DevOps tool chain sets, and that will be mostly the production servers, 80% are running on the Linux and all. So for that we need to have a some server where the Linux operating system will be the different flavors. We need to practice the bash scriptings and system administrations and installing and whatever, like in the production you are going to achieve the same thing you need to first perform in your laptop. So basically the virtualization technique will be help you to practice that out. Okay, so just going through that, what is virtualization. So suppose this is your laptop infrastructure. On top of that you have some virtualization tool like hypervisor or VirtualBox or VMware, any virtualization tool. And using that tool you can have a multiple operating system, the guest operating systems with their binary and libraries, okay, kernel and all, and you can deploy your application A. So same for the, like you have another operating system, let's suppose a CentOS, and that was a Linux, Ubuntu 18 or 20, and there is your application is deployed. And suppose this is your Windows Server 2012 or something, and there you have deployed some application. So you can test your application on the different environment in same machine as well, and how it looks, work and all. So suppose there's some testing like QA and all, they want to test the application on the different operating systems, they can do it on your own laptop as well. For that you just need a higher configuration of computing resources like your RAM, your CPU, and like networking and all. So okay, so storage and all. So that that uh, virtualizations are basically runs on the guest operating systems. Less performance. Boot up time is bit high. Bit high means what? It will take 2-3 minutes. Application run on guest kernel. Okay. So always application will be running whatever the application A you see, that is running on the guest operating system kernel. Okay. So that is just your new this different operating system on which have own kernel. Okay, and the application is running with using the resources of this. Means if you have this guest operating system have the 2 GB of RAM and 1 core processor, and then this application will access that 2 GB of RAM and all, not that whole infrastructure having the 32 GB of RAM and all. They are not going to take the resources of this, they're going to take only this part. Okay, and use large chunk of system resources. So it means what? Whenever you launch a one server, that server have approx suppose 2 GB, 2 GB and 2 GB out of your 16 GB. Suppose you have a 16 GB or 32 GB. Out of that, you have around 6 GB of RAM and 3 core processors are cut it out. So whatever the remaining is there only left out for you to do the other things and all. So that will be you allocating permanently here. Okay. And how we can achieve this like virtualization? So we can have two tools we can use, the Oracle VirtualBox and the Vagrant. So Vagrant is basically it's basically written in the like Ruby language, and you no need to learn about the Ruby and all. So the syntax are very simple and all to write it, and I'm going to take you through that. So that is a kind of infrastructure as a code, but only for the development environment, not for the production and all staging, only for the development environment. Okay, so these two tools, using these two tools, we are going to do the virtualization things. Okay, so VirtualBox, Oracle VirtualBox, I think anyone can install it. You can download it. So what is VirtualBox basically? So Virtual is basically a powerful uh, 86 and RAM. They have both an Intel 60 virtualization product for enterprise as well as home use. So we are going to use as a home, not for the enterprise. And not only in VirtualBox, an extremely feature-rich, high-performance product for enterprise customers, it is also only professional solution that is freely available as open source software under the term of GNU. So GPL language version 2. So anyone can use that. And what are the system requirement for that VirtualBox? So reasonably, like you need to have this hardware. Okay, so every Intel processor coming with this hardware and all, and any recent Intel or AMD processor should do. Okay, so mostly people have a Intel, right? So you can get that. And the memory minimum, it requires 512 MB of RAM. Okay, but more than that will be better always in your laptop. And hard disk space, while virtual itself is a very lean, and it's 30 MB of hard disk space is required, but it's fairly huge. If you have a like 1 GB or something will be fine, minimum storage. And the supported host operating system presently, and that VirtualBox basically support. Okay, what are the supports? Windows, many Linux distributions like all CentOS, Fedora, RHEL, Ubuntu's, Debian, all type of operating system. Linux they have supports Mac OS X, Solaris, and Open Solaris. So you can have also Mac operating system as well on your as a virtual machine, and a supported guest operating system. It means they basically support the guest operating as a running as a servers, virtual servers as a guest operating system. So you understand what is the virtual servers first? Any question on the virtual servers, virtualizations? Rafiq, Radhika?
No.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Radhika. Yeah. Thanks. So now the VirtualBox, right? So VirtualBox you can run as an entire sandbox, right? Operating system within your own computer. So no need to like have to access somewhere. So it's completely on your control and all, and it will be much safer and all. And it's supporting all operating systems, so you can install on any operating system and easy to use. So you can go to the official website and you can just download that. Okay, the download link will I'm going to share with one document where I think already I shared. If not, then I will share it again, and where you can just go and download that build packages. So what will be the latest version? Like right now it's a 6 point something packages running right now. It's available. So you can just go and download that and install it on your laptop. Okay. And after that, just keep aside that VirtualBox is running. No need to open and all. After that, we just need to start with installing the Vagrant. So Vagrant is one of the like HashiCorp product, and HashiCorp is organizations which basically started most of the products are open source, and they have the product name brand name as like Vagrant, Packer, Terraform, Console, Vault, and Nomad, and Sentinel. One more product is coming in the market right now. So they have all these products, and they are completely focused on the like operations DevOps, like operations oriented. So Terraform, like Vagrant, will help you to do the development environment, So consistent development environment, you will get that using the Vagrant. Packer will help you to build the AMIs for different as for your different like operating systems and customized operating systems where you have a complete software installed. They have a like Terraform to using that AMIs. You can launch infrastructure. You build your infrastructure on any cloud, any on-premise or any SaaS or PaaS platform. You can take that, you can integrate, and you can spin up in one shot, writing as infrastructure as a code. So they basically build all the tools as a infrastructure as a code. And console and all will be like security and health checking and service discovery. They do basically. And Vault will be like secret key management. They have product. And Nomad is basically for doing the things automated, like kind of like CI/CD and everything will be done by them. So that are the product they have. And one of them is a Vagrant, which is open source. And it's basically make what development environment made easy. Okay, so that is a tagline. It means Vagrant can only use for the development environment, not for the production and all. Okay, so what all this is a virtualization software basically. So basically a VirtualBox is a your software which help you to do the virtualizations, but Vagrant will do what? So Vagrant will basically provide easy to configure, reproducible. Reproducible is very important because you write a code once and you can do the same thing as many as time in a day. If you want to do it 100 times in a day, you can do it. But just think of that manual setting of one Ubuntu server in the VirtualBox by importing the images and all in 100 times in a day. It will be very hectic task. You cannot able to achieve that, right? But using the Vagrant, you just execute the command. You just set up the things in one shot. Okay. So that's what like I will show you how to do that. So you can write a code. So you can configure it. What are the things you need and all? What are the uh, computing things, your networking part, and what's your operating system you want to do, and you want to do some like what do you call provisional part, like you want to install some softwares, you want to do some automation things, automatically everything will be up and running, then that will be you can do it. And portable work environment built on top of industry standard technologies and controlled by single consistent workflow to help maximize the productivity and flexibility of you and your team. Okay, so the Vagrant will basically do the, you can write a code which will basically calling the virtual Oracle VirtualBox and doing everything on behalf of you what you do manually. Okay, and simulate the production environment. It means whatever the production environment you have infrastructure, you can simulate in your laptop itself. Like if you have a on production, if you have operating system running like a CentOS 7 and you need to do some testing and all, right? You want to do some deployment in your local environment, but if you are using Mac or maybe Windows, then how you can do that, right? It can be inconsistent, right? If you deploy your some application in the Windows, and if you try to in production events, you take that testing and all be done on the Windows environment, and when you push it to the production, it will be completely going to be fail sometime, not 100% it will going to work. So that's what like the simulation, you can simulate the production environment in your local laptop and all. And for developers, this will be for the developer, DevOps, and designer. Okay, so easily like you can have a anyone can use that. Okay, so why Vagrant? The question is why Vagrant we're going to learn. So it will be very simple and powerful. So HashiCorp Vagrant writes the same easy workflow regardless of your role as a developer, operator, or designer. It leverages a declarative, so it leverages a declarative configuration file. So declarative configuration file means what? You write a code, like it's not mandatory like you have to write in the sequence and all. So you have to write a code in the declarative like anywhere, and that will going to be called that files and all. So that is a declarative configuration file which describes all your software requirement, packages, operating systems, configuration, user, and more. Okay, so that configuration declarative configuration file will basically require what are the things you need. Okay, that packages, operating system, configurations, users, if you want to configure and all, you can do it using that code. And productive production parity, So the cost of fixing a bug exponentially increasing the closer it gets to the production. So if you do it in the, like, if you go to the production and fix the issue, that will be like very costly. You cannot do that, and that is not a best practices as well, and you are not allowed to do all as well, right? So Vagrant will aim to mirror the production environment by providing the same operating system, packages, users, and configurations, and all while giving user the flexibility to use their favorite editor or ID or browser. So because you are doing everything in your local, right, that help you, that Vagrant will help you to do it, the simulate the same thing in your local environment, what is running on the production, and you can do your, like, you fix your issues and all. Fine. And Vagrant also integrate with your existing configuration management tool like Chef, Puppet, Ansible, or Salt, or like shell scripting and all. So some same script to the configure Vagrant as production. So whatever like you do, like deployment and all, you do on the production, the same thing you can do using in the local environment as well. So they have their provisioner sections as well, where you can achieve the same thing as the productions. Clear? This is till now. Let me stop me if you have any questions on that in your mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Please. So I'm going that way, and if you have any questions, please raise your hand or something like that, and I will stop and I will answer your questions. Okay. Okay. Till now everything is fine, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So works where you work. So Vagrant work on like Mac or Linux or Windows and more. So if you have a laptop or system, you get it that have a different operating systems. That doesn't matter. It will work for everywhere. You can install it. That the installation packages are not available. And the remote development environment force user to give up of their favorite editor and program. So suppose you have to do your testing or something like that, or maybe some development on AWS, some CentOS, or maybe some Ubuntu server. There you have to go and do your deployment and like development you need to do there. So you're not going to use your editors, whatever you use, you build things and all and all. So everything will be running using the command and all. So that will be giving you, like, you have to give up of all these things. But Vagrant works on your local system with your tools you are already familiar with, and easily code in your favorite text editors, edit images and your favorite manipulation programs, and debug issues your favorite tools. So you can debug as well using the tool as well. So all from the comfort of your local laptop. So that will be like you can work where you are there. Okay. So installation of Vagrant. So now how we are going to do that? Okay,